Hello students, today we are going to see the lecture 3 of alternating current, and in this lecture we are going to see the combinations of resistance and capacitance, or the combination of resistance and inductance, and then at the last we are going to see the combination of all three, that is LCR circuit. Okay, so compared to the last class, what is the difference? In the last class we saw pure resistive, pure capacitive, pure inductive. Today we are going to see the combo of this. So the first combo which I am going to start here now is the R and C circuit. So consider that this is my R and this is my C. And this is your RC circuit in AC mode. RC circuit in AC mode. We have one in DC mode also, that is called transient current and all, that is no longer in your syllabus. So we will just deal with the AC part only. And let us say that the applied EMF is equal to E naught sine omega t. Okay? And for simplicity, because I have to do this part, let us say that I am referring as V, okay, the voltage at any instant of time as V. Now let us say that the current I starts flowing, and this is my VR and this is my VC, and there is no rigorous mathematics over here. It's all about phasor diagram which we are going to see. Now if I say that the current I is flowing in the circuit, okay, what will I get? If I say that my I, just if I am saying this as I, and you will get to know what are the things I am saying over here. If I say that my I is in this direction, that means my VR will be also in the same phase. Because in resistive circuit we know that in the resistive circuit, current and potential both are in the same phase. Okay? But what about VC? In VC, if you remember the civil rules, in civil rule we saw that in capacitance, current leads the voltage. That means the voltage lag. So if I consider the current over here, that means I have to consider my voltage over here. This is my VC. So it lags the current by an amount of pi by 2. So I'll again sum up over here. If I say current is in this phase, that means VR is bound to be in the same phase, because in resistive circuit, current and potential are in the same phase. But VC, compared to the current, the voltage across the C, that the capacitance CIVIL, current leads the voltage or voltage lags the current. Okay, so my voltage is VC over here. This is the net voltage. Again, I remind you that we call this as phasor diagram, but the approach is exactly like a vector diagram. If you have two vectors VC and VR, how will you find the resultant if they are perpendicular to each other? Like this. So V will be equal to root over of VC square plus VR square. First understand this. Why I am saying first understand this? Because in DC circuit, let's try to remember, in DC circuit, if you take two resistance and if it's a DC mode, if I consider this as V and this as V1, this as V2, we used to write V equal to V1 plus V2. This thing happens in DC mode, which no longer happens in AC circuit. In AC circuit, you cannot say that this V is equal to VR plus VC. That's wrong. That is the first thing. Make sure that goes in your head right away. You cannot simply add them up because they are not in the same phase. Okay? One is in this and one is in this. They cannot be in the same phase. So if they are not in the same phase, simple addition is prohibited. Okay? You cannot do that. So ensure that this goes from out of your mind when you are dealing with AC circuit. Okay? So here what we saw, if this is my VR and if this is my VC, the EMF over here will be given as root over of VR square plus VC square. Clear? So if this is my EMF and this is my current, consider that this angle, let me call this angle as beta. So what you can see here, that in RC circuit, the net EMF, which is this, and the current, remember we always measure current like this, so we always measure the angle in phasor diagram in anti-clockwise direction. So we can say that the net EMF lags the current. The net EMF lags the current in the AC circuit. By how much amount? By an amount of beta. How much is tan beta? I can find that also. Tan beta is equal to perpendicular divided by base. Perpendicular divided by base. Perpendicular is BC divided by base. Base is VR. This I am writing over here, okay? This is your VR, this is your VC, this is your V. V1, V2, and so V is equal to V1 plus. This happens in DC motor. Now, the space is free now. So, first thing. So, if I have to write the expression of current compared to this as the EMF, how I am going to write? I will write I is equal to I naught sine omega t minus beta. Is it clear why minus beta? That means the current in the circuit will, plus beta, because I is ahead of V, plus beta. So if I have to make you understand what exactly is this, this says that in RC circuit, the current leads the voltage by an amount of beta. That beta we can find by using this logic of VC by VR. Okay? That means the net potential and the net current are not in the same phase. They are lagging behind, or they are leading among each other. There is a phase difference between them, and that phase difference is beta. Okay? This beta could have been exactly pi by 2 if you would have used the pure resistive, pure capacitive or pure inductive. But since this is a combo, so beta is not perfectly 90. That beta you need to find using this logic of perpendicular by base, that is VC by VR. This is in terms of voltage. Now suppose if you have to find all these things, and I'm going to find the peak current also, I'm going to find all these many things over here. So how we are going to find? Now, can I write VC as I times of XC? Remember XC? What is XC? XC is equal to 1 by omega C. Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. What is R here? We cannot use the word R for capacitance, so we use the word reactance. What about VR? VR will be equal to I times of R. That is as simple as that. Okay? So I can write VC here as I times of XC, and VR I can write as I times of R. And I gets cancelled out, so you have got the next formula. Tan beta is also equal to XC by R. So what you have got, either if the question deals with potentials, then you can find using this formula, or if the question deals with resistance and reactance, then you can use this formula of XC by R. But don't forget, XC is equal to 1 by omega C. Then how can I find net V? Net V also I can write as I times of Z. Now here comes the another term called Z. Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Now what is this? If I have to find the net EMF, I have to multiply. How do you find the net EMF in a DC circuit? You just multiply I with the net effective resistance, correct? Here we don't use the word effective resistance, because effective resistance is also reserved for combinations of resistance. Okay? Here we are dealing with one resistor and one capacitor. Capacitor is giving a resistance in terms of reactance, and resistance is giving in opposition as in terms of resistance. So here there is a combination of resistance and reactance. So the net of this is not called as resistance, is not called as reactance. Okay? Because reactance is only for capacitive, it is only for inductance. Okay? But if you are finding the net of R and XC, it has a new name. So the new name is Z. I will write here. So V is equal to I times of Z, where Z is called impedance. It's called impedance. Okay? Okay. Now look at here very carefully. Look at here very carefully. So V equals to I times of Z will be equal to root over of VC. VC I can write as I times of XC the whole square plus I times of R the whole square. Correct? And now if I take I common, I am left with Z. Z is equal to XC square plus R square. So here I can write Z as root over of XC square plus R square. Now this is the impedance of a combination between resistance and capacitance, Xc square plus R square. So this is the value called Z. Okay. Come back to this one now. So can I write I equals to I naught? So what is I naught here? Sorry, what is I naught here? I naught is the peak current, and that must be equal to peak voltage divided by the net resistance, and that is called Z. Okay, the peak current divided by the net resistance or the impedance, and that is called Z. And what is Z? Z we have found as root over of Xc square plus R square. Okay, so to sum up, this is almost done. To sum up, what we have found? We have found that resistance and current has to be in the same phase, and the potential across the capacitance must be lagging behind the current by pi by 2. So once we have got VR and VC, we have to find the resultant. So the resultant V is not equal to VR plus VC, rather the V is equal to root over of VR square plus VC square. And now if I use the simple Ohm's law, V is equal to I and resistance formula, I can write VC as I times of XC, VR as I times of R square, and so Z will be equal to root over of XC square plus R square. Also, I can also modify this formula, VC as I times of XC, VC as I times of R, and that is equal to XC by R. So what is the significance of beta? Beta we have to know so that we can find the lag or the phase difference between the net potential and the net current. And we have found that it is equal to beta. How did I justify that it is plus beta? I justified this as plus beta because you can see here in the phasor diagram the V will be lying in this direction between VR and VC. I is over here, so I is ahead of V by beta. So plus beta. Okay, this is how to find beta. This is how to find net potential, and this is how to find the net impedance of the circuit. Also, there is one more way. The significance of this I will tell you later, but I will be finding cos beta for every example. How will you find cos beta here? Cos beta is base by hypotenuse. So if I construct this triangle over here, this is VC, this is also VC. So cos beta will be equal to base by hypotenuse. So base is VR and hypotenuse is V, net potential. And that is equal to, if I write this as I times of R, and this as I times of Z, so I gets cancelled out, so you will get this as R times of Z. This is how we find cos beta. What exactly is cos beta will be revealed to you later, but for each diagram I will teach you how to find cos beta. And remember, what is Z for this circuit? Z for this circuit is this. Please take a note of this. Now we are going for RL circuit, and now it will be easy for you to follow up. In RL circuit, let us say this is my resistance and this is my inductance. AC circuit, consider that E is equal to E naught sin omega t given to you. This is my VR and this is my VL. Now let's start with the phasor diagram. How does the phasor diagram will look like? When I am doing this, try to recall that previous one also, and then you will understand what is my intention all about. So if I consider this is my I, so VR must be along here and VL will be here. Okay, try to recall civil. In inductor, potential leads the current. So if the current is here, VL will be here. And for the current and VR, both should be in the same phase. So this is pi by 2. So VL and VR, the resultant will be somewhere here. This is my V, and that is equal to root over of VR square or VL square plus VC square, whichever you can write first, no problem. This I can now further write as Z equals to root over of XL square plus R square. Same logic. Just same logic. Just write V as I times of Z, and here you write as I times of XL the whole square plus I times of R the whole square. And you get the same logic. Consider that this angle is beta. Now you can immediately see that my voltage is ahead of current. Okay. So how will you find tan beta? Tan beta will be equal to perpendicular by base. That is equal to VL by VR. And in terms of the reactance and resistance, this will be equal to XL by R. And don't forget what is XL. XL is omega times of L, directly proportional. Okay. So I know how to find V. I know how to find impedance, I know how to find beta. So if I consider my current as I will be equal to I naught sine omega t. Yes, plus or minus. Now look at here, V is ahead, that means current is behind. Okay, behind means minus beta. So what happens in RL circuit? In RL circuit, EMF is ahead of current by a phase of beta. How to find that beta? That beta I can find as XL by R. Done? Tan beta equal to XL by R. And how will you find the value of I naught? I naught will be equal to perpendicular by base. What is perpendicular? I'm so sorry. I naught will be equal to net EMF, that is the peak voltage divided by Z. When you want to find peak current, it has to be peak voltage divided by total resistance Z. And total resistance Z is root over of XL square plus R square. Okay? And again I will write here, this is important. This you don't forget. Never forget this. It is not as per this in AC, it is as per this. And now we are going to see, take a note of this. And now we are going to see all three together, LCR. The most important one. The most important one. VR, VC and VL, and this is your E is equal to E naught sine omega t, which I am calling as V. If I consider this as I, then this will be your VR, VC goes in this side, VL goes here. Okay. Now in this case, you can see here VL and VC are in the opposite phase. They are out of phase by 180 degree. Just imagine two vectors out of phase by 180 degree. Simple subtraction, correct? One vector in this direction, one vector in this direction. What do? You subtract them. So we have to subtract them. And whenever you subtract in physics, it always comes with three cases. What if this is more, this is less? What if this is less, this is more? And what if they are same? So we are going to discuss as case 1 over here. Case 1, let us say VL is more than VC. In that case, this diagram will reduce to this. Just imagine, if this was 10, this is 4. So what is 10 minus 4? 6. So imagine this to be 6. Okay? VL minus VC as 6. And this is my VR. So what is, and that is also the direction of current. And so what is the net V? Net V will be equal to root over of VL minus VC the whole square plus R square. So what is Z? Z will be equal to VL, that is your XL, VC, that is your XC the whole square plus R. This is your VR square and this is your R square. Okay. So when VL is more than VC, that means my net potential will be ahead of current by an amount of beta. And what is tan beta? Tan beta will be equal to perpendicular by base. What is perpendicular by base? Perpendicular is VL minus VC. Base is VR. And this in terms of resistance, I can write XL minus XC divided by R. So in this case, if I write E is equal to E naught sine omega t, which I am calling as V, then means my current I will be is equal to I naught sine omega t minus beta. Okay, lag. When the potential across the inductance is more than the capacitance, current lags the voltage. Okay, and in this case, what is I naught? I naught will remain same, that is equal to E naught by Z, and Z we have already found. Cos beta will be equal to base by hypotenuse. Base is VR, hypotenuse is V, that is equal to R by Z. And remember the formula is always R by Z. And Z you know how to find in each case. As I told you, I will tell you the significance of cos beta in the next class probably. So this is case 1, VL greater than VC. Pause and note it down. Now let's go for the case 2. I don't have to rub everything. In case 2, what if your VC is more than VL? So just imagine this to be minus 6 and this to be minus 2 plus 2. So minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4 downward. Okay. So here I will get as VC minus VL, and this is my VR, and that is your current I. So what is the resultant? V will be equal to, okay, I have already made V. So just make, see, doesn't matter. Okay. So the formula says VC minus VL, but even if you take VL minus VC, no problem because it's square. Even if you get negative, it will make it positive. So VC minus VL, and this will be your XC minus XL over here. Same thing over here. And what about tan beta? Tan beta here will be equal to C, and this will be your L, and this will be your C, and this will be your L. And now you can see here what has happened to the current. Now current, so when the potential across the capacitance is more than the inductance, the current leads the voltage by beta. So I will put here plus sign. And how to find tan beta? We know. This is E naught by Z. So this is second case. So current leads the voltage when your VL dominate, when your VC dominates, or the voltage lags the current, whichever way you say. This is case 2. Please pause the video and continue with this. Now let's go with the third case. Third case is the most interesting and the easiest part. That is what happens when your VC becomes equals to VL. When your VC and VL are same, what happens in the y direction? They cancel each other. So if they cancel each other, only VR survives. Only VR survives. Potential here and potential here has subtracted each other or has cancelled each other, and the net V is only VR. So I can rub this part and I can just say that the net V is equal to VR. What about the net impedance? Net impedance will be also equal to R. I will elaborate on this. Net impedance will be also equal to R. What about VC minus VL? This whole thing has become 0 now. So tan beta has become 0. This implies beta is equal to 0. That means there is no phase difference between the current and the EMF. Omega t, omega t. Okay. What about the cos beta? So since your Z has become equal to R or V has become equal to R, so what will get cos beta as? Cos beta will be equal to VR by VR or R by R, and that is equal to 1, and hence beta is equal to 0 degree. Or you can say cos beta equals to 1. Okay, that also I will emphasize in the next class, but let's not take a note of this. Now coming to here, Z. What was the general formula of Z? General formula of Z was XL minus XC the whole square plus R square. Now, if your VL is equal to VC, that implies XL is equal to XC. This implies Z will be equal to root over of 0 square plus R square, and that is equal to R. Okay, so we have proved that Z is equal to R. But if I continue, not but, okay, since XL is equal to XC, now what is XL? XL is omega L, XC is 1 by omega C. Okay, so they are equal. So what is this? Omega square equals to 1 by LC. This implies 2 pi F the whole square is equal to 1 by LC, and this implies F is equal to 1 by 2 pi root over of L by C. This frequency is called resonance frequency. I am introducing a word to you called resonance. So when VL is equal to VC, when VL is equal to VC or XL equal to XC, we call that as resonance. Okay, and the resonance frequency is given by 1 by 2 pi root over of L by C. Okay, I will highlight the significance of this. I'll just stop the derivation over here. I will not go beyond this. Okay, so in continuation to this, I'll just give a brief recap of this in the next class, and then I will give you the highlight of this. What has happened when we have achieved resonance? The significance of LCR circuit will be the significance of resonance circuit in LCR mode will be the title for next class. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please take a note of this.